Hello there, fellow coin enthusiasts and collectors. Welcome back to the channel World Rare Coins, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that could be worth a small fortune. From hidden gems that could be worth a fortune to little-known coins with a rich history, we'll explore it all. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our exciting discoveries. And now grab your magnifying glasses and let's start our today's video. On top one, we'll dive deep into the history, design, minting process, and collector appeal of the 1965 quarter dollar. Stick with us, and at the end, we'll reveal its current value, which might just surprise you. To understand the significance of the 1965 quarter, we need to take a step back in time to the early 1960s. The U.S. economy was undergoing a period of change, and so was the country's monetary system. At that time, the U.S. was still producing coins made of silver, and the quarter dollar was no exception. However, the rising price of silver and the increasing demand for coins caused a shift in the U.S. mint's production strategy. In 1965, the U.S. government faced a shortage of silver, and the rising cost of the metal made it impractical to continue using silver in the production of coins. In response, the U.S. Mint made a dramatic decision. They would no longer produce quarters, dimes, or half dollars with silver content. Instead, they would replace the silver with a mixture of copper and nickel, resulting in the first non-silver quarters in U.S. history. The 1965 quarter was the first of its kind, entirely made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, and it would mark the beginning of a new era in American coinage. The decision to change the metal composition of the quarter was not without controversy. Many collectors and investors had long viewed silver as a store of value, and the idea of a clad quarter, made from a combination of copper and nickel, raised concerns about the coin's durability and long-term value. However, the U.S. Mint assured the public that the new coins would be just as durable as their silver predecessors, and they set about producing the new quarters in large numbers. The 1965 quarter was the first of many that would carry this new composition, and it would go down in history as a turning point in the world of American currency. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1965 quarter dollar. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, which had been used on the quarter since 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, Washington's image on the 1965 quarter is the same as it had been for several decades, showing the first president of the United States in profile, facing left. The simplicity and elegance of the design made it one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. On the reverse side of the 1965 quarter, we find a design that was originally created by the famous sculptor, John R. Sinek. This side of the coin features an eagle in flight, with its wings spread wide as it soars above a shield. The eagle is depicted with great detail, showcasing the majesty of the bird that has long been associated with American patriotism and strength. Above the eagle, the words United States of America are inscribed, and below, we see the words E pluribus unum, the nation's motto, meaning out of many one. The reverse design on the 1965 quarter is a beautiful and timeless representation of American ideals, and it remains one of the most iconic images on U.S. coinage. Despite the fact that the 1965 quarter was mass-produced in large quantities, it has become a highly sought-after coin in the world of collectors. One of the reasons for this is its historical significance. The change in metal composition was a major event in U.S. minting history, and collectors see the 1965 quarter as a milestone in the evolution of American currency. The fact that it was the first year in which silver was removed from the quarter makes it a key piece for anyone interested in the history of U.S. coinage. In terms of rarity, the 1965 quarter is not considered particularly rare when compared to other coins. However, its historical importance and the fact that it was the first coin to feature the new composition make it a valuable item for collectors. The value of the coin depends largely on its condition. Quarters that have been well preserved, free from wear and tear, are the ones that attract the most attention from collectors. Coins that have been used in daily circulation often show signs of damage, such as scratches, dings, and discoloration, which can lower their value. Collectors often look for coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning that they have never been used in transactions and show no signs of wear. A well-preserved 1965 quarter in uncirculated condition can fetch a significant price at auction. Additionally, Coins with minting errors, such as double dies or misprints, are highly prized by collectors and can greatly increase the value of the coin.So. Just how much could a 1965 quarter be worth today? The value of this coin can vary depending on its condition and any unique features it may have. A typical 1965 quarter in average circulated condition is worth only a small premium over its face value, as it was produced in large numbers. However, a 1965 quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth far more. If the coin has a rare minting error, the value can increase dramatically. In today's market, a well-preserved 1965 quarter could be worth as much as $56,000. Yes, you heard that right, $56,000 for a single coin. It's incredible to think that a coin that was once used for everyday transactions can now command such a high price. The 1965 quarter's historical significance, combined with its rarity and pristine condition and the potential for minting errors, makes it a highly coveted item among collectors. If you happen to have a 1965 quarter in your collection or find one in your spare change, it's definitely worth checking its condition. You might be sitting on a valuable piece of American history that could bring in a significant return. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, the 1965 quarter is a coin that deserves a place in your collection. On top 2, we'll explore the significance of this coin, taking a closer look at its design, its minting process, and its importance within the broader context of U.S. currency. And stick around till the end, as we reveal just how much this coin could be worth today, with some examples fetching an impressive sum. The United States quarter dollar from 1972 holds a unique place in the history of American coinage. Not only does it carry a fascinating story about the nation's economic and cultural landscape during that time, but it also has become a sought-after item for collectors worldwide. To understand the full story of the 1972 quarter, we first need to set the stage. The 1970s was a decade marked by economic turbulence in the United States. Inflation was rising, and the nation was still feeling the aftereffects of the Vietnam War, with its impact on both the economy and the political climate. During this time, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins as part of its regular issue, but the quarter from 1972 stands out for a number of reasons. The United States quarter has a long and storied history. Since its inception, the design of the quarter has undergone several changes. By the early 1970s, the quarter was still using the same basic design that had been in circulation since 1932, featuring a profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse side. However, the 1972 quarter would go down in history not because of its design changes, but because of certain unique characteristics that would make it especially valuable to collectors. Let's take a closer look at the design elements of the 1972 quarter. On the obverse, we have the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This depiction of Washington is instantly recognizable and has been a staple on the quarter since 1932, when it replaced the earlier Standing Liberty design. Washington is shown facing left, and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" are inscribed around his profile. The year, 1972, appears beneath Washington's image, marking the coin's place in time. The reverse side of the coin, created by the famous engraver John R. Sinnock, features an eagle in flight. The eagle, which has long symbolized the strength and spirit of the United States, is portrayed with its wings spread wide. Beneath the eagle, there's a shield with 13 vertical stripes, symbolizing the original 13 colonies. Above the eagle, the inscription, United States of America, is boldly displayed, and below the eagle, we find the motto, E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many one. The design of the 1972 quarter remained largely unchanged from earlier years, but it was during this period that the U.S. Mint began to produce a variety of minting errors that would ultimately make certain 1972 quarters more valuable than others. These errors would end up playing a key role in the coin's appeal to collectors. Minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, and other variations, are highly sought after by coin enthusiasts. These mistakes make the coins unique and add to their rarity, and rarity is a key factor in determining a coin's value. The 1972 quarter, though produced in large quantities, is notable for having a significant number of these error coins, making it a prime target for collectors searching for rare and valuable specimens. Additionally, The 1972 quarter also holds a place of interest due to its role in the transition from the production of coins made primarily of silver to those made of copper-nickel. By the time the 1972 quarter was struck, the U.S. Mint had fully switched over to clad coins, meaning that the 1972 quarter no longer contained any silver, unlike its predecessors. This was a part of the broader move during the 1960s and 1970s to remove silver from circulating coins due to rising costs and shortages of the metal. The 1972 quarter, like the 1965 issue before it, is made from a copper-nickel clad composition, which gave the coin a distinct appearance compared to earlier silver quarters. While the 1972 quarter wasn't the first to be produced using this new composition, it represents an important part of that transition. And collectors often focus on quarters from this period as part of their quest to understand the evolution of American coinage. As with most coins, the value of the 1972 quarter is largely determined by its condition. Coins that have been circulated and show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or other signs of handling, are generally worth only a small premium above face value. However, coins that have been carefully preserved, particularly those in uncirculated condition, can fetch a much higher price. In fact, the value of a well-preserved 1972 quarter can be quite surprising. The coin's historical significance, combined with the rarity of certain minting errors, makes it highly attractive to collectors. As more collectors turn their attention to this period in U.S. coinage history, the value of certain 1972 quarters has seen a significant increase. If you're lucky enough to own a 1972 quarter in uncirculated condition, you might be sitting on a valuable piece of American history. And if you have a 1972 quarter with a minting error, then you could be looking at an even higher price. In fact, coins with rare minting errors have been known to sell for prices in the range of $51,000. That's right, a single 1972 quarter, in pristine condition and with a rare minting error, can fetch up to $51,000. It's a remarkable amount for a coin that, at one point, was used in everyday transactions. But that's the power of rarity and historical significance in the world of coin collecting. For anyone interested in collecting coins, the 1972 quarter is a must-have. Whether you're searching for a piece of U.S. history, looking for a coin with a unique error, or simply hoping to add a valuable piece to your collection, the 1972 quarter is sure to catch your eye. On Top 3, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the United States of America 1974 quarter dollar. This coin might seem like just another piece of change, but it holds secrets of history, artistry, and remarkable value that may surprise you. Let's start by taking a look at the broader historical context of the United States in the year 1974. This was a year marked by both political and social change. The Watergate scandal was unfolding, which would eventually lead to the resignation of President Richard Nixon later that year. The country was also facing economic struggles, including rising inflation and an energy crisis. Against this backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued its production of coins, and one of the most interesting pieces to come out of that year was the quarter dollar. Now, let's delve into the coin's design. The 1974 quarter dollar retains the classic design that has been iconic since 1932. On the obverse side, you'll find George Washington, the first president of the United States, who has graced the quarter since it was introduced in 1932. His profile, facing left, is surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust." In the year of minting, 1974. This image of Washington was originally designed by John Flanagan and remains one of the most recognized depictions of the president on any U.S. coin. But what about the reverse side? Here, we see the majestic eagle perched atop an olive branch, with its wings spread wide. This design symbolizes peace, strength, and freedom, core values of the United States. Encircling the eagle are the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and quarter dollar, indicating the denomination. The eagle's presence on the coin adds a powerful sense of patriotism and pride, making the 1974 quarter not just a coin, but a symbol of the nation's enduring spirit. Let's now talk about the minting details. The 1974 quarter was produced by the U.S. Mint in several locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, while those produced in Denver feature a small D mint mark, and those from San Francisco bear the S mint mark, signifying their production at the specialized mint for proof coins. The 1974 quarters were struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, which gives the coin its distinct silver-colored appearance. The production of the 1974 quarter was high, with millions of coins being minted that year. But this is where the story takes an interesting turn. Even though the quarter was minted in large quantities, some of the coins produced that year were part of special circumstances that make them particularly valuable to collectors. Some 1974 quarters are known to have minting errors, which makes them even rarer. These errors can range from slight misprints to more noticeable mistakes in the minting process, such as double strikes or off-center designs. Coins with these errors are highly sought after, as they are unique pieces of history and are far more valuable than those in standard condition. Now, let's talk about the appeal for collectors. You might be wondering, what makes the 1974 quarter so special among the hundreds of millions of quarters minted over the years? The answer lies in both the rarity and the condition of the coin. In general, quarters from 1974 are not exceedingly rare, but finding one in pristine condition can be quite a challenge. Most of these coins were in circulation for decades, passed through countless hands, and showed signs of wear and tear. However, collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved and stored carefully, as they can fetch much higher prices on the market point. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting coins is the discovery of those rare, high-quality examples that still survive from the past. Some of the 1974 quarters that were preserved in near-mint condition have become incredibly valuable. These coins have been carefully stored in safe environments, kept free from damage, and often have been graded by professional numismatists for their superior quality. Of course, it's not just the pristine examples that attract collectors. Some of the most valuable 1974 quarters come from those with specific minting errors. Whether it's a slight doubling of the date or a quarter that's been struck off-center, these errors make the coin much more interesting and unique. The rarity of these error coins is what makes them stand out in the eyes of collectors and pushes their value up significantly. So, after all of this talk about history, design, minting, and rarity, you're probably wondering, what is the value of a 1974 quarter dollar today? Well, if you're fortunate enough to have a 1974 quarter in excellent condition, perhaps one with a minting error or one that's been graded highly by experts, it could be worth an impressive $47,000. That's right, $47,000 for a single quarter. This incredible value is a reminder of just how much the world of coin collecting can surprise us. A coin that seems so ordinary, something you might come across in your spare change, could one day be worth more than most people's annual salary. As we wrap up this exploration of the 1974 United States quarter dollar, remember that the world of coins is full of hidden treasures. If you have a collection of coins, take a closer look at your 1974 quarters. Even a single coin in good condition could be worth a small fortune. On Top 4, we're diving into a coin that has captivated collectors and enthusiasts alike. The United States 1977 quarter dollar. This coin might seem like just another standard piece of currency, but it carries with it an incredible story and an impressive potential value that will leave you surprised. Let's step back into the world of the 1970s. The United States was going through some significant changes. The Vietnam War had ended just a few years earlier, and the country was in the midst of a period of social and political transformation. There was also a shift in the global economy, with rising inflation, oil shortages, and other economic pressures. Against this backdrop, the U.S. Mint continued to churn out coins like the quarter, which was a staple of everyday transactions. But the 1977 quarter, with its classic design and historical context, would eventually capture the attention of coin collectors from all over the world. If you take a closer look at the design of the 1977 quarter, you'll see that it features the same iconic design that was first introduced in 1932. On the obverse side, you'll find the image of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His profile, facing left, has become synonymous with American currency. This design, created by John Flanagan, represents Washington as a figure of strength and leadership, qualities that have come to symbolize the nation itself. Surrounding his profile are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust." In the year of minting, 1977. It's a design that's been etched into the history of U.S. coins for decades and remains one of the most recognizable features of the quarter. Flipping the coin over, you'll find the reverse side showcasing the majestic eagle, which has been a staple of American coinage since the founding of the nation. The eagle is perched proudly atop an olive branch, with its wings spread wide, symbolizing strength, peace, and freedom. The words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and quarter dollar appear around the eagle, providing a sense of unity and national pride. This image captures the essence of the United States and remains an enduring symbol on the quarter. The year 1977 was one of standard production for the U.S. Mint. The quarter, like other coins of the time, was minted in large quantities to meet the demands of everyday commerce. But the interesting part of the story lies in the variations of the 1977 quarter that were struck in different locations. Coins produced in Philadelphia were unmarked, while those minted in Denver carried a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco featured an S. The 1977 quarters were all struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, giving them their signature silver-like appearance. While these coins were struck in large numbers, they weren't all treated the same. Most 1977 quarters went into circulation, passed through countless hands, and became worn over time. The majority of these coins are not particularly rare, but there is a catch. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of the coin is key. Finding a 1977 quarter in mint condition, with little to no wear, is actually quite rare. As with many other coins from this era, most were used extensively and have seen better days. However, if you happen to come across a 1977 quarter that has been carefully preserved or one that shows little to no signs of wear, you may have a hidden gem on your hands. The appeal of the 1977 quarter extends beyond just its design and historical context. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition, as these pieces are much more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. For a coin from 1977 to be considered in excellent condition, it must show no signs of heavy wear, scratches, or other imperfections. Coins that have been well preserved are often graded by professional numismatists, and these high-grade coins can command significantly higher prices in the market. One of the things that make the 1977 quarter particularly appealing to collectors is the possibility of discovering rare varieties or minting errors. While the 1977 quarter is generally known for its standard design, there are a few instances where coins were struck with minting errors. These errors can range from slight misprints to more obvious mistakes, such as double strikes or off-center strikes. These rare varieties and errors are highly prized by collectors because they are unique and stand out from the regular issue coins. If you are fortunate enough to own a 1977 quarter with a rare minting error, or one that has been exceptionally well preserved, it could be worth a significant amount. Error coins, especially those with clear and noticeable flaws, can fetch incredibly high prices. And as always, condition is key. A well-preserved coin with an error is even more valuable than a well-preserved coin without one, as it represents a piece of history that is both rare and intriguing. So, after all the excitement of discussing the history, design, and rarity of the 1977 quarter, you're probably wondering, just how much is it worth? Well, if you happen to have a 1977 quarter in exceptional condition, perhaps one with a minting error or an unusually high grade, it could be worth as much as $42,000. That's right, $42,000 for a single quarter. This is a truly remarkable figure and a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting. A coin that was once a simple form of currency, used in everyday transactions, can now be worth a small fortune. The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and this 1977 quarter is a perfect example of how a coin can gain value over time, especially when it's rare, well-preserved, or features an error. As we wrap up this deep dive into the United States 1977 quarter dollar, I encourage you to take a second look at your collection of coins. You never know what treasures may be hiding in plain sight. If you have a 1977 quarter or any other coins from this era, make sure to check their condition, look for any signs of minting errors, and consider getting them professionally graded. You might just have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. On Top 5, we're taking an in-depth look at a coin that might be sitting in your pocket or collection, potentially worth far more than you might expect. We're talking about the United States 1979 quarter dollar, a coin that, on the surface, seems like an ordinary piece of currency, but carries a rich history, a classic design, and a surprising value in the numismatic world. To understand the 1979 quarter, we need to start by setting the stage for the year it was minted. The United States in 1979 was in the midst of significant economic and political changes. The economy was recovering from the oil crises of the 1970s, and the country was dealing with inflationary pressures. The political scene was also shifting, with the transition to a new president, Jimmy Carter, who took office that year. In terms of currency, the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins like the quarter for everyday use, but little did anyone know that one of these very quarters would become a collector's item in the decades to come. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1979 quarter. Much like previous quarters minted since 1932, the 1979 version features the image of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Washington's portrait, facing left, is a familiar sight to anyone who has seen American currency. This particular design was created by John Flanagan, and it continues to be one of the most iconic representations of the nation's founding father. The words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 1979 surround Washington's profile, emphasizing the ideals of freedom and trust that the nation holds dear. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find a depiction of the eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom that has been featured on American coins since the nation's founding. The eagle is perched on an olive branch, with its wings spread, and its gaze is directed outward, representing a sense of vigilance and pride. The surrounding inscriptions read, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and "quarter dollar," further reinforcing the symbolism of national unity and the denomination of the coin. The 1979 quarter was minted in large numbers to meet the demands of daily commerce. As with most quarters from this era, millions were produced in different U.S. mint locations. The coins were struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, giving them a characteristic silver-like appearance. Quarters from 1979 were produced in the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those struck in Denver carry a small D, and coins minted in San Francisco are marked with an S. These mint marks help collectors differentiate between coins produced at different mints. At first glance, the 1979 quarter doesn't appear to have any standout features that would make it particularly valuable. After all, millions of these coins were minted, and many of them circulated in the economy for years. However, the true value of the 1979 quarter comes down to two important factors: rarity and condition. While many of these coins are still out there in circulation, most of them are in far from perfect condition. Most quarters have been used for years, passed through countless hands, and have experienced wear and tear, leaving them far from their original mint state. Finding a 1979 quarter in excellent condition, free from damage, scratches, or significant wear, is a rare find. The value of any coin increases significantly when it is in pristine or uncirculated condition. This is especially true for a coin like the 1979 quarter, which, due to its wide circulation, is not particularly rare in general. But if you manage to find one that's been well preserved, you may have a valuable piece of history in your hands. In addition to coins in excellent condition, collectors also look for varieties and minting errors that could make a particular 1979 quarter more valuable. While the standard 1979 quarter design is relatively straightforward, some coins from this year were struck with minor variations or errors that can increase their desirability. These minting errors might include double strikes, off-center strikes, or other small imperfections that make the coin stand out from the rest. Minting errors, in particular, are highly prized by collectors because they make the coin unique. These mistakes are often one of a kind, and owning a coin with a minting error adds an extra layer of rarity and value. If you happen to find a 1979 quarter with a minting error, whether it's a slight double strike or an off-center image, the value of that coin could be significantly higher than a standard issue. For collectors, the 1979 quarter offers a great opportunity to find rare pieces, whether in perfect condition or with an interesting minting error. But even without these unique features, the 1979 quarter can still be an attractive coin for those interested in building a collection of U.S. currency from the late 20th century. As we all know, the appeal of collecting is often in the hunt. Finding that rare, high-quality coin that others might overlook. So, how much is a 1979 quarter worth today? While most circulated coins from this year are valued at face value, the story changes when it comes to coins in exceptional condition or those with minting errors. If you're lucky enough to have a 1979 quarter that has been well preserved, or if you've discovered a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth an impressive $36,000. That's right, $36,000 for a single 1979 quarter. This incredible value demonstrates just how much the world of coin collecting can surprise us. A coin that was once a simple tool for daily transactions can transform into a valuable piece of history, holding immense worth for collectors and numismatists. The 1979 quarter is a perfect example of how rarity, condition, and unique features can elevate a coin's value far beyond its original face value. If you're someone who loves to collect or just enjoys learning about coins, remember that even the most seemingly ordinary pieces of currency can hold incredible value. Take the time to examine your collection, check for any coins in good condition, and keep an eye out for any that may feature minting errors or unique characteristics. You never know what you might have sitting in your collection or even in your change jar. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Until next time, happy collecting!